Tonight on CTV,
shots fired this morning near the district apartments.
Accusations made about the motive for the Josh Silva impeachment investigation.
And a look into the construction all around campus.
All that and more starting now on CTV.
Hello and welcome to CTV News. I'm Amelia Casteneda.
And I'm Marlo Lundak. Here are your Thursday news stories.
Fort Collins was awakened this morning to alerts and news of a shooting at 720th City Park Avenue. Emma Iannacone and Grace Reeder were at the scene.
2 a.m. at 720 City Park Avenue, shots rang out in an apartment complex just west of the CSU campus. The situation has officially been ruled a homicide.
A total of 4 people that were involved in this incident. The victims include parties who are both deceased and injured.
Former student Darren Rutz heard a woman call for help outside of his window.
We were asleep and we were just woken up by gunshots. Called 911 and then cops showed up shortly after that.
CSU sent out a public safety announcement at 2:35 a.m. warning students about the incident.
There was a lot of gunshots actually, so I don't know. They sounded like they were all coming from the same place, but they seemed like quite a few gunshots to me.
The Fort Collins Police Department could not comment on the victims or possible suspects.
There is no ongoing threat to our community at this time related to this incident. If anyone has information about the incident that has not yet spoken with the Fort Collins Police investigator, please have them call Fort Collins Police Services and speak to an investigator.
I mean, there's shell casings from the gun on the sidewalk that I walk past every day to go up to my apartment, so craziness.
With CTV, I'm Grace Reeder.
We have since learned that of the 4 members involved, 1 was injured and 3 were killed. Of the deceased, 1 was the shooter himself, and another was a student here at Colorado State University.
We here, along with many CSU students, are deeply saddened by this news. If you are impacted by this incident and need support, we recommend that you contact the CSU Health Network Counseling Services. During last night's ASCSU meeting, the impeachment committee postponed the evidence sharing once again. Senate heard from the gallery, which included concerns regarding the impeachment overshadowing student issues.
I heard that there are senators in this body that have been intimidated, and that's unacceptable. I've heard there are senators in this body that have been harassed and have been attacked. Proponents of this impeachment legislation have been aggressive.
Another student on campus shared a similar disposition.
I will be the first person to stand up and say, I am proud to be a CSU Ram. But what are we doing, letting it crumble, just so we can be petty and attack each other and try and kick each other off of student government?
The Collegiate News Director offered to keep Senate members anonymous if they want to comment on impeachment proceedings.
We are willing to grant anonymity to anyone as long as they meet with a member of the press in person and their statements to the press are allowed to be published.
This body is a notorious waste of time. All you guys do is impeach people. You're not serving the students whatsoever.
CTV and the Collegian are dedicated to keeping the public updated on CSU student government moving forward.
New buildings and renovations are being built on Colorado State University's campus.
On CSU's campus, construction is nothing new. The new stadium recently opened in August, and at the same time, new construction sites took place around campus.
It shows that we're progressing as a campus, as well as the way that they're built. It really shows that we're leaning towards our goal of becoming a more sustainable campus with our LEED Platinum and LEED Gold buildings.
One student considers construction a distraction.
Right now it's just very chaotic. I feel like that's all I have to say, that it's very chaotic, because it's a big distraction when you're trying to get to classes.
A $20.2 million addition to the Natural Resources building is currently taking place. The Corbett and Parmalee dining halls will be combined to create one cohesive dining hall for students. Construction for this renovation will begin in March of 2018.
We're going to do construction. We should also put some maintenance care, if that makes sense, on the buildings like Clark or like Newsom.
According to the facilities management, these buildings will provide hands-on instruction for students and further their education.
For more information on all the renovations and new buildings coming to CSU, visit the facilities management website at fm.colostate.edu.
The Nobel Prize for Physics recently went to 3 scientists who founded a company called LIGO that made progress in research of gravitational waves, a field of research relating to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. CSU professor Carmen Menoni is known to contributing to the next generation of research in this field. In order to conduct research, LIGO uses machines called interferometers to measure very small changes in gravitational waves. Moroni was quoted saying, LIGO plans to develop a more sensitive interferometer and to look at different wavelengths. We are already thinking ahead to what is going to be needed for future interferometers. LIGO has also worked with students on campus, giving them a one-of-a-kind educational experience.
According to Pruder Fire authorities, the fatal house fire that occurred on October 8th was confirmed an accident earlier today. The fire resulted in the death of the daughter of Doug Max, a CSU athletic administrator. The CSU community responded to the fatality by creating a GoFundMe to contribute to funeral costs and the home repair. That's all we have for news.
Stay tuned for weather, sports, and entertainment right after this.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. But a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
What's up, Rams? I know what you're thinking. I'm not Michelangelo Bustamante, and I'm sorry. I'm Stuart Smith. I'm your news anchor on Tuesdays, but guess what? I'm doing weather tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. First, let's go to our current conditions. It's mostly clear. It's 65 degrees. Winds, it's 4 miles per hour. I'm not quite sure which direction it's going, but it's going somewhere. Also, sunset was about an hour ago at 6:13, so it's been dark for a while. I'm not sure how to help you with that. Also, tomorrow, high and low temps. 76 degrees, probably around 1, 2, I'm not sure. 41 degrees is going to be when you wake up, and you might want to bring a jacket if you have like an 8 a.m. or something. Sunny and dry throughout the day. Wind, 14 miles per hour, south-southeast. It's nice to actually know the direction that it's going, isn't it? Sunset is going to be also at around 6:13, but it's going to be 6:12 instead, which is a little bit earlier. All across Colorado, these are the highs. 76 in Fort Collins, 80 in Denver, 75 in Colorado Springs, 82 in Pueblo, 81 in Sterling, which is, I don't know. Telluride is going to be 54, Gunnison 66, Grand Junction all the way on the western slope 76, Burlington all the way on the eastern plains 80. So it's going to be pretty hot there. I would not recommend wearing a jacket. Finally, Friday, CSU football will be traveling to Albuquerque, New Mexico to battle the New Mexico Lobos, which are wolves. I just learned that today. It's going to be mostly clear at game time, which is going to be 8:15. It's going to be cool and dry. It's going to be 76 degrees, and wind is going to be 13 miles per hour. It's also going to be a night game, obviously, because it's 8:15, which is typically the trend that CSU has later on in the season. Well, that's all we have for weather. Be sure to stay for Tyler Patterson for sports.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Welcome back. I'm Tyler Patterson, here to catch you up on all the latest in Colorado State athletics. CSU football hosted the Nevada Wolfpack Saturday night in the first night game on campus since 1966, and the fans were out in full force to support. 36,765 Ram fans packed the stands for the homecoming matchup, making it the fourth largest game in school history. The stadium lights were shining bright on a brisk October night, and star wide receiver Michael Gallup made sure to bring his sunglasses. The senior wide receiver wasn't fazed by the size or the stage of the moment Saturday night, as Gallup posted 263 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns on 13 catches in his final homecoming debut. The outstanding individual effort by Gallup helped keep CSU in the game, as the Rams trailed the Wolfpack 42-31 late in the third quarter. Fellow senior running back Dalen Dawkins also had a career night, finishing the contest with 17 carries for 191 yards and a touchdown. Dawkins sparked the CSU comeback right before the third quarter ended, busting a 59-yard touchdown run, bringing the score to 42-38 heading into the final quarter. In the fourth quarter, Michael Gallup caught the go-ahead touchdown on a 17-yard pass from quarterback Nick Stevens. Stevens finished the game 26 of 37 for 384 yards and 4 touchdowns, arguably his best performance of the season. The Gallup score gave CSU a 44-42 lead in the fourth quarter, and that cushion was just enough for the Rams' defense to hold on, sealing the third conference victory of the season. Michael Gallup's stellar performance places him first in the nation in total receiving yards and third in the nation in total receptions. The lack of defense in Saturday night's matchup allowed the offense of Nevada and CSU to combine for an absurd 1,172 yards of total offense. Colorado State posted 608 yards of total offense, which is the second time in 3 games that they've surpassed the 600-yard mark as a team. Nevada threw for 508 yards against CSU and added 56 on the ground to give them 564 total yards in the contest. CSU improves their overall record to 5-2 and remain perfect in Mountain West play. The Rams will head to New Mexico tomorrow to take on the Lobos at 8:15 p.m. The game will be broadcasted on ESPN2. Women's volleyball continued to dominate the Mountain West competition, posting 3-set sweeps against San Jose State and Thursday against Nevada on Saturday. Milestones were reached in Thursday's game against San Jose State as Jasmine Hanna became the all-time kills leader for Colorado State, surpassing CSU great Megan Plorde. Hanna needed just 6 kills coming into the match to become the all-time leader, and she doubled down, recording 13. Hanna has been among the leaders on the team ever since her freshman season, when she recorded a career-high 328. The winning effort Thursday night also marked head coach Tom Hilbert's 700th career victory as a Division I coach. Hilbert is the 11th active Division I coach to reach 700 wins and the 25th all-time. Hilbert has been at the helm at CSU for 21 seasons, totaling 526 of those wins here at CSU, with the other 174 wins coming in his first 8 seasons as the head coach of Idaho. CSU is currently taking on conference opponent UNLV tonight in Las Vegas, and the Rams are currently leading 13-7 in the first set. Women's soccer hosted Boise State on Friday, and this match marked the 8th time this season that the Rams have needed overtime to decide a match. The Broncos opened up the contest with a goal by Ramey Shirley in the 6th minute of action. CSU's own Kaya Ornes tied up the game just 4 minutes later on a shot right outside the box. Freshman Taylor Stinky also added a header goal early in the first half on a cross from Beth Plentel, giving the Rams a 2-1 lead heading into halftime. Boise State would tie the game up in the 55th minute of the second half, and no team was able to break the tie during the 20-minute overtime period. The Rams picked up another draw, 2-2. Taylor Steinke's goal was the 9th scored by a CSU freshman this season, and 3 CSU freshmen now have multiple goals this season, including Carly Ehart and Allie Murphy-Pauletto. CSU also took on Nevada Sunday, and no extra time was needed to decide a winner. The Rams never trailed in Sunday's contest and cruised to a 2-0 victory over the Aggies. The Rams were led by Hannah Gurdon and Carly Ehart, who produced goals in the 35th and 63rd minutes. CSU improves their overall record to 4-7-5, with just 3 games remaining on their schedule. The Rams will travel to New Mexico tomorrow to take on the Lobos before heading to San Diego State on Sunday. CSU then returns home on Friday, October 27th to wrap up their season against Wyoming in a border war. That's all the sports I have for tonight. For all the latest, head to thecollegian.com or CTV's Channel 11 YouTube. Don't go anywhere, because up next is Ryan Crist with entertainment.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. no one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
What's up, Rams? My name's Ryan Crist here on another Thursday bringing you all the latest in entertainment news, so let's jump right in. Jeopardy, the long-running game show with the world's most stressful music, had a very unlikely win on their show a few days ago, when Naval Officer Manny Abel won the day with only $1. Manny was in last place with $1,000, and on the final Jeopardy, he bet $999 of those dollars that Iraq is the nation that borders the Caspian Sea and the Persian Gulf. While the correct answer is Iran, he managed to win. Although the other two players were way ahead of him, they bet everything they had and zeroed out. This only happened once before in 1993. Well, this day, of course, didn't add too much to his total. I guess a win's a win. And who knows, maybe if he's smart, he can save up to buy a gosh dang atlas. Sally's Kitchen is a unique Chinese restaurant that you may not have heard of in Fort Collins. This restaurant opened in 2013 and has been gaining a rather large following due to the fact that it's a gas station. I know, it certainly caught me off guard. I can't think of any time when I have said, hey, let's get dinner at the gas station, or hey, have you ever been to the gas station? They have great Chinese food. However, according to many customers on Yelp, this gas station is a great place to eat. The owner, whose name is, you guessed it, Sally, explained that it was the right rent and just a mile from where she lived. This gas station is on 4727 South Timberline Road, and I may have to try it. Odell Brewing had some great live music this past weekend, so let's check it out.
This past weekend at Odell Brewing, everyone was welcome to sit back and relax and listen to Jazz and Friends.
So these are some local guys. One of the things we like to do is highlight local artists here at the brewery. Throughout most of the summer, we've got live bands every Sunday, and we bring them out. Just kind of create kind of a family fun, it's kind of easygoing atmosphere. So these guys have played here a couple different times. I think they did earlier in the year, and I know they played last year as well, but every once in a while.
Jazz Friends plays a variety of styles from bebop, to swing. Along with Odell's beer and Jazz Friends, people could also shop at their local artisan market.
Basically what we decided to do is invite the community with local artists and makers and produce and do a little local farmers market. Asking anybody what they wanted to bring or what they wanted to involve with really celebrating local and then appreciating the idea of collaborating with what the brewery already has going culture-wise for Fort Collins.
Odell Brewing has live music every Sunday and it's open to the public. If you know me, then you know that I love talking about movies, and we just got some great movie news. As we know, Star Wars: The Last Jedi will be coming out soon, and the young Han Solo film will be released shortly after in May of 2018. So fans like myself can't get any more excited with two Star Wars movies coming out so close together. But this excitement continues when yesterday, the young Han Solo film officially got its name. Now at first, I was a little disappointed because at first glance, it's a little underwhelming. It's simply Solo, a Star Wars story. See what I mean? It's just like, kinda okay. I mean, it's better than young Han Solo, but still. That's all they could have come up with? Personally, I would have liked it to be called Scruffy Looking or Nerve Herder rather than just his name, but oh well. I'm just excited that we're getting more and more Star Wars news. As we all know, Starbucks loves their seasonal drinks, and the UK this past weekend just released another one known as the Vampire Frap. This frap lasts until October 31st and is helping the UK get spooky. But of course, this drink has not been released in the US because we are all still in pumpkin spice fever. But to make it, it's very easy to make. All you have to do is ask the barista for a chocolate frap or a mocha frap, then ask for extra strawberry sauce on top, and you got a Vampire Frap. Since it isn't officially released stateside, this is as close as we can get. And I am joined here with AJ Frankson, who is going to try this with me and see how it tastes. Thanks for being here, AJ.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, no problem. So let's get these fraps in here.
Oh yes.
So let's see, which one do you got?
Okay, so we have the chocolate chip one and the mocha one.
All right, which one do you want?
Which one do I want?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have chocolate chip because I'm a sucker for chocolate.
The mocha. All right. Let's try this.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we got these at admissions, and we just asked what I said. Of course, they're supposed to be whipped cream, but for some reason they were out of whipped cream.
Yeah, like what kind of Starbucks runs out of whipped cream?
What the heck?
I honestly want a refund.
I do too, but I guess here we go.
All right.
Oh my. You know, it's kind of growing on me, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine wasn't that bad.
What? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Here, let me try yours. I wanna see this.
This one's better.
Okay, I see what you mean with this one.
Yeah.
These are very sugary. I can really taste the strawberry.
Well, I feel like at Starbucks you kind of just get like coffee with like a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Or like sugar with like a side of coffee, you know what I'm saying?
That's kind of what this is, and I know this is only as close as we can get because we don't have the real thing, but wow, if this is close, I wonder what the real thing is.
I know. I kind of want to just fly to Europe and figure it out myself.
Seriously. Well, thanks again for being here, AJ. Maybe we can fly to Europe, but unfortunately, that's all the time I have for you tonight. But make sure to stay tuned for Monday Night Sports Show, and have a great night, Rams.